Hello and welcome to my garden. So I'm going to give you a little tour of what's growing in my garden this April, beginning with this foxglove which I sowed from seed last year, so hopefully it's going to bloom this year. And then we've got two little dahlias popping through there. I'm not sure which variety. So in here we've got a few cosmos plants which I've potted up. I've got another dahlia with a little snapdragon, just testing it out, seeing if it survives out there. More dahlias, still not sure which varieties, I've just plopped them in. We've got some mint and I've pinched them out so the little side shoots grow. If you can see there, they'll hopefully bush out a little bit more. And then this is my thyme. So this has survived the winter somehow, but I'm not sure if it's going to be a good crop, to be honest. Just keeping it in this pot because it gives a little bit of a herb garden aesthetic. So moving on to my hanging baskets, this is one of three. This is at top of my decking. It's got three little flower cascading plants in it and two, I'm not sure what the other ones are called, to be honest, but yeah, hopefully they'll look nice and trail. This is just my little flower basket on my little garden table. I feel like these are the only flowers at the moment. And then this is my little top of the decking corner with another dahlia. I think I've got about 10 dahlias, hopefully. I think that was a little flower that I tried to see if it survives, and it didn't. And then we've got a magnolia tree which didn't flower this year, unfortunately. My lavender, this is the French lavender and it's beautiful. It's survived last year and it's bloomed really early this year. My little cockapoo there. And then in here I've got another three little trailing plants. This is the name of them. I've got them from B&M. I think they were like 5 for £5. So I've just split them up. And then this is the corner which gets the most sun. So I've also got these two sweet peas which I've built the little trailing thing out of bamboo sticks and a bit of twine, so hopefully they'll look nice at the entrance of the gate. I've got another pot with a dahlia, but it's not very successful, this one. And then these lupins I've grew from seed last year, and then I just potted them up and they look absolutely amazing. They're going to hopefully flower and give beautiful flowers to hide the fence a little bit. This lilac tree I got last year and it's bloomed lovely this year. It smells unreal. And then at the bottom I've just popped little nasturtium seeds, so hopefully they'll trail out of the pot and then hang over and give beautiful flowers and a bit of colour once the flowers go over on the tree. Now this is the entrance to the greenhouse and it's got loads of those, like, is it horsetail weeds that I cannot get rid of? It's literally all over my garden. So we picked up these rocks for free from Marketplace and I feel like it just adds to a bit of like a cottage vibe in the garden. I really like them there, and hopefully the creeping thyme will flower and look nice once it grows. So in this little corner in front of the greenhouse I did have two tulips, but they went over now, and instead I'm going to plant some wildflowers there. So in the greenhouse there's lots and lots of seedlings, which half will be given away. I've got some foxgloves which won't flower until next year. I've got some sweet williams which I'm struggling to pot on. I've also got lots of snapdragons which all need potting up. Have pinched a few of them out and you can see the little side shoots, so hopefully they'll grow bigger, and some will flower later than the others, so I'm going to keep half pinched out and half not. And then I've potted up my hollyhocks. Hopefully they'll flower either next year or this year, but I feel like maybe next year they'll flower. I've got lots of them to pot out. I've got some stocks and I've sowed these late this year because the first batch died, so hopefully they'll make it and flower this year. More foxgloves. These are new plants to me, like they're called eryngiums, I believe. And then these are and I literally cannot pronounce them, but they were a pain to start and get going. My little delphiums are also slowly dying off. I don't know whether just to keep them outside, whether the greenhouse is a little bit too hot for them now. Any tips, let me know. In here I've got a few little seeds that I've tried from Amazon, and these flowers I thought would be really cute, but it's only given me like 4 plants out of the whole packet, so I'm not sure. The germination wasn't very good on them. And then in this corner I've got more salvias, so I'm going to try and fill out my borders with them, and as well give some out to family and friends. They're meant to be really good perennials. I've got some chive growing there just to keep critters away, but it doesn't stop Cooper still coming in and ripping some of the seedlings out. So I've got a few varieties of tomatoes growing in this greenhouse. One is the Moneymaker, so we'll see how that grows. In here I've got a few bulbs as well, but these haven't really grown very well. I feel like I'm really unlucky with my bulbs. I don't really know what I'm doing wrong. So these are freesias, I want to say. I got them in like a box out of B&Q in a bundle of like Cottage Garden flowers. Then I've got some tomato plants from my sister, so I'm not sure which varieties, and 2 peppers. And then more of this horsetail weed. I feel like it just goes on forever, and yeah, there's no getting rid of it. So lastly, we've got some verbena seedlings here, and I hope they grow nicely because I absolutely love the plants and I would love to spread them over my flower borders, but I haven't really got luck with tiny seedlings, so I'm not sure. And these are my other 2 tomatoes, so the Alicante and Cherry Baby, which are the tall varieties. So they'll grow in here in the greenhouse over the summer. So this is the new border that we've made this year. It's made out of the free rocks that we got on Facebook Marketplace. We try and keep the dogs out by using this like little netting and bamboo sticks, and it's worked really well, so the dogs can't get in and trample all over my little seedlings. We had some daffodils in here through the spring. These have been lovely, just a bit of colour. The rhododendron as well is looking nice because it's tying in with the yellow. We've got a little rose there, and then we've got 2 different varieties of sunflowers. The ones at the back are from my sister, and I reckon they'll be tall varieties. In here we've got the azalea. So I really liked the hot pink kind of colour on this bush, just to give a bit of contrast to the yellow. And then I've planted out some cosmos here, so hopefully in the summer it'll be like a flower sort of border. We've got 1 tree, so it's a sweet cherry tree. I got it mainly because of the spring blossom, but I'm not sure whether these branches on the side have died off. I don't know if I should cut them off or not. We also managed to find some garden lights on Facebook Marketplace for half price. They just need attaching to the fence. We've only managed to do like a little triangle at the bottom of the garden so far, which looks nice lit up in the evening over the seats. And then this is my little peony plant, which I got for my birthday 2 years ago. So it has tripled in size since, and it's got about 5 buds, which are going to look amazing this year. I just need to pot it in the ground, but I'm scared to. And then we've got a little iris corner there. Hopefully they'll flower, but like I said, bulbs and me don't work very well. So in this corner we've got like a little stone sitting area with a fire pit, which I've put away in the shed so it doesn't get too rusty, and we'll get it out whenever we plan on using it. And then I've got another lavender, but this one is not as nice as the French one, so I'm not sure if it's the English one. So I would definitely recommend the French one if you're looking to buy lavender. And then this is Aaron's Acer tree, which has looked lovely this year. And this one is a different variety, but this one prefers more shade, so that's why it's in the opposite corner. It's got lovely pink borders around the leaves. We need to pot it up, but I'm not sure what time of year is best to pot it up, and then it can go in that pot there. This other Acer tree is just absolutely died this year. I'm not sure what happened to it. It's just looking a bit dry. And I've got loads of these pots on Marketplace for pennies, really. I got a really good deal from a lady. So I've just put them in the corner for now, and I'm not sure what to really do with this corner because it's very, very shady, but I'd like to add some height, I think, in this little corner. And now this tree is looking very dead and very dry. I'm not sure if it's been infested with some sort of bugs. If anyone has had this happen to them, let me know, because 2 out of the 5 trees that we've got are looking so dry, and I would love to save them if I can. So in this corner we've got the bird feeder, and we've also got some hydrangeas. So this corner gets the most shade, which is why the hydrangeas are here. I've got 2 of the mop head varieties, and I got them in the supermarket, so hopefully they will flower again this year. And then this Annabelle type of hydrangea is grown really, really well this year. We got that from a local garden centre last year. So in here I've got the tiniest little veg bed of just lettuce, which we like to put in salad or on burgers, and a bit of radish, but we don't really adventure much with the vegetables. And we've popped these little plants around it, which are meant to stop any slugs and things coming to it because of the smell of them. I got this plant on sale for about a £5 when it's meant to be about £20 in a garden centre. So it's just popped it there. Hopefully it survives this year. And then I've built a little trailing triangle for the honeysuckle plant, but I'm not sure, it's already outgrowing it, so I don't really know what to do with it. And this other hanging basket's got some petunias in it. I've got 3 more sunflowers growing there. And then I have got a climber here, which is a clementizes, something like that. Build like a most pathetic little trellis for it out of the scrap wood I had in the shed. And we'll see how it goes. This is my other border. So this one's wooden, whereas the other one is rock. Still got the same dog protective fence up. 2 foxgloves. These have also been sown from seed last year. Hopefully they'll flower. I think they're the apricot variety. Got this little bush which flowers towards the autumn for some light blue colours. Have more cosmos planted out here, so hopefully these mixed with lupins will look lovely in the summer. Another hanging basket, so that's how I've spread the 2. These are also petunias, the climbing type. I've got 2 I want to say they're called rudbeckias. They're like yellow daisy looking flowers, perennials, and they've grown massive this year. I've got some alliums, some zinnias, so these hopefully will flower nicely in the summer. I've got 2 of these armarias, I think they're called. They look lovely in the spring, some colour, and a little rose bush. So this is what the fence looks like on the other side. For the symmetry, I've got another dahlia there, and a lupin pot, and some mint. So hopefully once these flower I can give you another update and show you what it's looking like in May.